Hi friends, I'm here with a yoga offering. This will most likely be a gentle practice. I've got something going on with my back, so I'm going to explore trying to help myself with my back pain, and perhaps if you suffer from back pain, this would be something useful for you. And because all our bodies are very different, please listen to what feels right for you. So as always, skip things or change things if they're not working for you. So let's begin on our backs. And you can start in a Shavasana type position, spread out. I'm going to also offer an alternative position called Constructive Rest, which I like to do sometimes with feet on the floor, knees falling in towards one another, and then arms crossed. And if that does not feel right for you, you're welcome to find your own starting position. And you can either close your eyes or take a soft gaze. Start to slow down your breath. And allow yourself to fully arrive right here in your body in this moment. And anytime you notice that your mind has wandered onto something else, or you've checked out or are overthinking, just as soon as you notice, invite yourself back. What am I feeling now, here? You're welcome to keep your eyes closed or open them as it's useful for you throughout your practice. So let's begin by drawing the knees up to the chest. I'm just taking a little circle or rock, feeling what is touching the floor. If you find a place where that pressure feels good, you might pause there, rock back and forth on a place. Whenever I'm injured or have something going on with my body, I like to move a little bit slower so I can pay a little closer attention. So feel free to move as slow as you need to. And then let your whole body tip over to the left. So bring your knees, let your whole body tip over. And let's take the right arm and circle it overhead, nice and slow, drawing a big circle, touching the floor as much of the time as possible. So it will circle along the floor until it crosses over your body and then continues. Really paying attention, feeling, let the chest open and close in response to this circle. You can let your fingers take in the landscape of your body, the floor, your props. Finish up this next circle, and then we're going to hold open when the right arm is all the way open, coming into a nice twist. You can experiment with turning your head one way or the other way, just noticing what that feels like. You might come into stillness. And you might use your own hands on your body, touch to bring awareness, self-massage if that's useful. And gently roll back onto your back, coming back to neutral. You may want to take another little circle or rock. And then slowly, carefully roll onto the right side, all the way over. Bring your knees with you, tip all the way over. And then start to circle the left hand up overhead, all the way open. Crossing your body, going as slow as you need to, so you're taking it all in. If there's a place that pain is woken up in, go even slower, so you can explore your range of motion, explore what's possible while being careful around any place you need to be careful. Let's finish up this circle. And then open the left arm out to the left. And again, you might explore, turn your head one way or the other way. You might explore with touch. And then roll back onto your back. Bringing both knees in again, little circle or rock. And then drop your feet to the floor. So feet are hip width apart, parallel right under the knees. And then practice tipping the pelvis up and then tipping it the other way. It's nice and slow. Tailbone tipping up and then tailbone tipping down. And then let your tailbone tipping up start to roll your spine all the way up off the floor, one vertebrae at a time. And going as high as feels right, and then try and roll down one vertebrae at a time. If you want to pause anywhere or go even slower, you are welcome. When you get all the way to the bottom, have a moment of just release, and then you can start again. Tailbone tipping up, slowly rolling up, one vertebrae at a time. Let's do one more. When you come up to this last one, when you get as high as you can, if you like, interlace your fingers behind your back. You could rock side to side, shrugging your shoulders underneath you, coming into a little bit more active bridge. Continue listening for the rightness of what you're doing. If it does not feel right for you, don't do it. When the pose feels complete, come down and rest. And let's bring the knees in. Reach for the insides of the feet for happy baby pose. We're going to press the feet towards the floor, the feet and knees towards the floor. And this could be with a little rocking, could be in stillness. If you want to try straightening your legs, you can do so part way or all the way, one leg at a time or together. knees back to the chest. And then carefully make your way up to sitting. So you can do so in the way that's most easeful for you. And we'll come to a comfortable cross-legged position. If you have something you want to sit up on, a cushion or blanket or block could be useful. And then take the spine and make a big circle. Imagine you're inside of a jar and you're scraping the inside of the jar with your chest and upper back. Go as slow as you need to. So again, you're exploring your range of motion. And if there is pain or a place that you need to be a little more careful about, go even slower. Let's go the other way. And then come up to neutral and then lean forward. Could be into the hands. If you have the mobility to come further, check it out. You might come to your elbows or all the way down. And just working with your body. Releasing into the support underneath you or into the pull of gravity. And then walk your way back up, rolling up. We'll bring hands to the floor behind us, fingers facing forward. Roll your shoulders back, roll your elbows back, and then lift the chest. Take the chest as high up as you can. Like you're filling up a balloon in the heart, floating it up. And then release. Hands to knees, round back. Lean away from your hands on your knees, drop your chin, and then roll your way up. Let's recross the legs so the other leg is in front or on top, sitting tall. Drop your right ear over right shoulder and we'll press down through the left shoulder, stretching left side of the neck. Rotate your chin to your chest, come over to the other side, both shoulders drop, but now even more through the right side, looking for a stretch there. Rotate chin to chest, come back to the first side, and then go back and forth a few times. Watching the sensation move from one side to the other. Next time your chin is to your chest, stay there. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Let your elbows hang down, stretching the back of the neck. Release the arms, head floats back up, and then we'll fold forward here. So whatever amount, could be just a slight lean forward, could be coming into the elbows or all the way to the floor. Letting go. Walk your hands in, rolling up. We'll bring hands to the floor behind us again. Shoulders roll back, elbows roll back. Lift the heart. Respecting your limits, but exploring what's possible very carefully. Release, come up, hands to knees, round back. Let's roll our way back up. So let's come forward onto hands and knees, tabletop. If you have something to pad your knees with and want to use it, feel free, a blanket or cushion. Hands right under shoulders, knees under hips. And let's take a few rolls through the spine here. Start by lifting, head and tail arching, and then exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. One more. And then curve and sink back to child's pose, releasing hips to the heels, forehead to the floor. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left and then pull back through the right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through the left hip, stretching left side a bit more. And back to center. Let's lift back up to table and come into a plank pose on the forearm. So whenever I'm having lower back or back pain, I like to add in some plank poses because it's very supportive for strengthening core and supporting the back. So having forearms on the floor, step the feet back and try and bring the whole body into a straight, long line. Abdominals engaged, thighs lifting, but without lifting the hips higher than the line between the shoulders and the heels. If you want to make this less intense, you can drop your knees and do it from there. While you're here, can your breath be steady? Can you engage the belly, drawing the belly up to support the back? But relax your jaw. Relax muscles around your eyes. If you need to rest, you can do so at any time and then rejoin me when you're ready. And let's transition to one side. So we're going to come on to one forearm and then either stack the feet, one on top of the other, or one in front of the other. The other arm can be at your hip or extending up. Strong core, relaxed face. One more breath here. Switch to the other side. If If you need to rest in between, take care of yourself, join when you're ready. Really engaging core. Keep softening face. Let's release and come back to child's pose. If there's any movement you want to take here, you're welcome. Feel free to stay in child's pose or come to down dog, or if you prefer, puppy dog. So puppy dog is on the knees, arms reaching out just like down dog, but on the knees. If down dog would feel good for you, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and you may want to pedal out the feet a little bit here. And through trial and error, through a lot of patience, we can learn our own bodies and tune into our own healing. Each one of us, no matter how much or little you already do that, no matter how much or little you know about yoga or anatomy or anything else, I trust that we all have that ability, and the more we practice getting in there and feeling around, the better we get at it. Doing your best to take care of your body right now. Whether that looks like what I'm doing or something totally different. You might make your way through down dog and then walk your hands and feet towards one another. And let's hang in ragdoll. Now this could be just letting the arms hang. You could link your elbows, but you could also use support through your arms. Might be better to rest your elbows on thighs. Big or little bend in the knees could be useful. Any movement here that helps you let go. Let's lower the hips and come into a Squat Malasana. If your heels don't easily come to the floor, you might widen your stance or turn your toes out. And it's fine to bounce on the toes as long as that feels okay for you. If that doesn't feel okay, sitting on something can be a good alternative, or sliding a little something under the heels, a blanket or cushion. So finding how this works for you right now. You can use your elbows pressing against the knees to open them. Sitting tall, or having the spine nice and tall. Let's work our root lock, Mula Bandha, same as a Kegel exercise. So as you exhale, draw the pelvic floor muscles in and up. As you inhale, release that. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. And engage and keep holding, keep breathing, drawing in strongly through the bottom. Connecting that to the top. Feel the full length and space of your spine, your torso. release. Let's come back to a forward fold, bringing feet back to parallel. Any arm position, so it might be ragdoll again, could be some other variation. And then let's come all the way back down to sitting. So I'm going to suggest a supported fish. Now, I'll start by offering a very gentle variation of supported fish. So supported fish can be over something as small as just like barely rolled up blanket. It could be a 1-inch thing you lie over. So if you're wanting to be really subtle or gentle, try something very small and soft near the upper back, and then let your shoulders roll off the back of it. Arms can be overhead or out to the side. Legs can be bent or straight, or you could try the knees falling in like we began. If you want something more intense, feel free to use blocks or a couple books with a towel over it, something harder or more intense. You may want something else supporting your head, especially if you're choosing something that is higher under your upper back. If none of this feels right for you, go back to what we started with, that restorative rest or constructive rest position. Letting the weight of your body melt over your props. And then you can release out of this as gently as possible. One way you might do that is to interlace fingers behind your head. Use your arm strength to lift your chin to your chest, taking the pressure off your props. And then lean to one side to move your things out of your way. Rolling back down. And just taking a moment to feel the effect of where you were, how it is now. And let's cross the right ankle above the left knee. Reach your hands through, grab the left leg and hug it in for a right outer hip stretch. Can you still drop your shoulders? You still drop the chin so the back of the neck is nice and long. To release, drop the left foot to the floor. Straighten the right leg up, holding somewhere behind your leg. Flex and point your right foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times both directions. And then switch sides. Both feet on the floor. Cross the left ankle above the right knee. Reach your hands through. Grab the right leg. Hug it in as close as you can as you spread the back side, releasing it towards the floor. Is there anything else to let go of here? To release, drop the right foot to the floor, straighten the left leg up, flex and point. Circle your ankle a couple times both directions. And then come to some neutral shape, either feet on the floor, knees to chest, and just check in with your body. What's still needed? How do you want to wind down this practice? Is there any pose or stretch that might feel good for you? Is there some part of your body that could use some extra attention? If there were no right or wrong way to do this, what would feel right for you? Trusting your natural intelligence. And eventually making your way to stillness, but you can take all the time you need. If you want to adjust your clothing, grab any props, finish with a little self-massage of any kind. Eventually settling into some neutral shape and taking a few moments of doing nothing. Letting go. slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes and gently wake up your body again, increasing movement through your wrists and ankles. Take a big stretch out through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in. And roll to one side. And use your hands to help you up to sitting. And come into a comfortable cross-legged position. Bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope if you are experiencing pain that it alleviates soon. I hope you can enjoy your life even when you're in pain. I'm speaking to myself. It's sometimes hard. So we're doing our best, taking care of these bodies as best we can. So keep up that good work.